Rulings this morning, including major decisions impacting Department of Justice charges against January 6 rioters and one impacting a 40-year-old precedent that gave federal agencies oversight.
WGN political analyst Paul Lisnek, as you can see, joins us now to break it all down.
Hi, guys.
Let's begin with the Chevron ruling.
Sure.
Clearly limiting regulatory power impacts environment, healthcare. I mean, talk about how wide-reaching this could be.
Dina, that is such an important point because people can kind of get lost in the weeds on the Chevron case. This was a decision decades old which basically gave deference to federal agencies. That's what you're referring to. The thought being that a federal agency that consists of scientists and doctors and people in a certain field, that maybe they know better and know more than a judge knows about that. And what the court said today was, no, we know better. And so while it had to do with the decision they had here about the Natural Resources Defense Council, I think, and especially of concern to you, Dina, in your medical world, but this means that drugs, you know, the mifepristone case that the court dealt with, what did they do with mifepristone? Too early, wrong people, we'll deal with it later. Well, now when it comes back, even though part of the argument is, well, the FDA says it's safe, that's not going to matter anymore. With Chevron overturned, according to this decision now, it's basically the court saying, we will determine if there's any ambiguity in the statute. That's our job, not the federal agency.
And the drug makers can say, this is how we interpreted it. It can go forward.
And so exactly. And so vaccines and COVID vaccines and all that, however you feel about it, the bottom line is it's going to be pulled into, and with all due respect to judges, they're not scientists and they're not doctors, and they're now going to, they basically said this is our job.
Wow.
Relevant to the January 6 rioters' decision there, was the court trying to draw a distinction between those who are directly trying to impact the outcome of the electors and those who are just making political expression?
So the case itself, this is the Fisher case today, but this comes out of a law that was written after Enron. So I think the court puts it in that perspective to say, look, this was about dealing with documents and records and evidence that dealt with that kind of corruption, those kinds of crimes. And what the court said today is it didn't mean this. Now, interestingly enough, the 6-3 decision here was this Ketanji Brown Jackson actually joined the majority here. So it had to do with, from her view, how this particular statute was written. The dissenters basically say, look, it was written to include this kind of obstruction of a congressional proceeding, but the majority said, no, it just didn't mean this kind of case. Well, why this is important, Patrick and Dina, is because right now there are a variety of people who are in prison, and they're in prison because they pled guilty to this law. It was the only law they pled guilty to. So they're now doing time, or perhaps scheduled to do time, based on the result of this case. Now the Justice Department has to step back and say, that doesn't work. It also impacts Trump, if I may say, because of the January 6th case that he may or may not face one day, 2 of the counts of the 4 against him are this.
With those people in prison right now, would they have a case of wrongful prosecution?
Well, you know, they might make it, but you know, why not? So first of all, they will get
civil reward.
They will get released. There could definitely be some kind of lawsuit that they might file. But on the other hand, you know, the Justice Department didn't do anything wrong until today. Now, as long as they act swiftly, which the DOJ has said they will, as long as they act swiftly to do something about this and let those people go, I think those kind of claims probably wouldn't go very far. But it doesn't mean you can't make them.
Clearly, hindsight is 20/20, but when we think about the initial charges, was it proper to use this to charge them initially?
Well, yeah, and by the way, the reason they used it was because it increased the penalty. It went from just a few years and it brought it up to a possibility of 20. It also meant negotiating with them was a lot easier to do. So there are reasons that the feds do what they do. And of course, Monday we wait for the immunity case. It will come down, presidential immunity, on Monday morning.
Okay, Paul, thank you. Of course, more on your show on Sunday.
You got it.
After 12:30, our Jewel Hillary will take a look at the Supreme Court's decision to allow cities to enforce bans and punish homeless people for sleeping outside. We'll have much more on all of this coming up in a live report.
And you can watch Paul, of course, every Sunday at 9 a.m. for WGN Political Report.
Please do.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us.